This automation will scan job boards like this one and then put them all into a Google Sheet like this. It will even write a personalized cover message based on that job's description. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can build it step by step. It all starts off with this RSS feed here. So what an RSS feed is, it's essentially a standardized way to receive information from any website, such as a blog, and in our case, a job board. So this is exactly how I've programmed this RSS feed. So as you can see here, it's linked up to this RSS feed from the freelancer.com website. It's kind of like a freelancer jobs website. We've obviously linked up to automation because that's the field I'm interested in. Really, you can connect this up to any RSS feed, and one of the RSS feed apps that I really like is called rss.app. And as you can see here, they have tons of RSS feeds. For example, you've got web page to RSS feed or LinkedIn to RSS feed, which would be really useful in our case because you can probably find LinkedIn jobs and then go and apply to them. So now that you've got the RSS feed hooked up, whichever one you really like, and you've just got to input the link into here, the URL for the RSS feed, it should come back in some sort of structured way. So I'm going to show you exactly what my one comes back as, and you can have a look through this for your own RSS feed. So I've got the title of the job, the link, which is on freelancer.com as I mentioned before, the description in which we've got the salary right here, which is the hourly average, and exactly the description that they're looking for. Some descriptions are short, some descriptions are really long. Just really does depend on the product listing. And this is essentially what make.com is going to grab. It's going to grab all of this information, and as you can see, it's mostly structured. So each one of these counts as a different variable. It's all given here as an XML file, which is super useful when you're trying to separate all this data out. You don't want it in one big block of text. You kind of want it all separated out here by title, link, description, etc. So that's why this RSS feed is really, really good. One thing that I found really annoying with this specific feed is that it doesn't show you exactly what the salary is in one of these. It's just nestled into this description, which is super annoying because salary is kind of one of the most important reasons why people apply to a job, whether it meets their salary expectations or not, most of the time, especially on freelancer websites. So that's why I had to put this text parser over here. So what this text module does is it essentially looks for patterns within certain amounts of text. It uses this thing called regex, which is a regular expression. If you're not super familiar with this, the best way to come up with your own pattern, just like I have here, is just ask ChatGPT. So I can understand all of this regex stuff sounds super complicated, but AI is always there to help. So if I flick right over to my ChatGPT tab here, as you can see, I put the first description in for one of the jobs, the second description in for one of the jobs, and then I just said, I want a regex out to output $164, which is this number here, from description 1, and $180 from description 2. As you can see here, here is the regex to extract the amounts 164 and 180 from the descriptions, and it gave me this regex here. And if I go back to here, it is super similar to the regex here, and this is kind of how you extract that. And it also gives you a really good explanation. If you ever want to learn how to do regex, then it's really, really valuable. This is a super good tip when you're learning how to build things in make.com. You should leverage all the tools you have. So you should use AI when you have the chance to use it. If you don't understand something, it's really good to help you understand something. And also, if you're just in a pickle and you want to get through it really fast, it's also really good at telling you the answer. So yeah, this is one of the main tips when you're building out automations is use all the tools to your disposal, especially AI. And the last thing we wanted to put within this match pattern text module is the description. This is because this is where we want the regex to actually be applied to just to get the number out. So the text section here will be description, and all the rest of the settings will be exactly the same as they are here. So now that we've actually got the price of the project that the client is willing to pay from the actual description, we want to use that value to decide whether this project is actually worth our while and whether it matches our salary descriptions. So this is exactly what this filter here is for, and I've titled it rate. And essentially, if the amount that they're willing to pay is greater than or equal to 350, then it will pass through this automation. If it is under 350, then it won't pass through and we'll just disregard it. So again, if you're using this automation, you'd want to adjust that value to whatever you expect your salary expectations to be. Or you could just leave it out entirely if you'd like to apply it to every single job you want. So that's what this filter here is doing. And then lastly, we actually want to generate that personalized cover letter. And to do that, we use AI. And I'm using Claude here. So the reason I use Claude is because it sounds much more natural than ChatGPT when it's writing out things. It sounds a lot more like a human, which is really ideal when you're writing a cover letter. But you can obviously substitute this out for ChatGPT if you prefer that. I just prefer Claude, so I'm using it. And this is exactly how I have this Claude module prompted. So you are tasked with a personalized cover letter for a job application. Follow these steps to create an engaging and tailored cover letter. So what I have here is carefully read the following job description and title, and then I've put the variable job description in there from the RSS feed and the job title again from the RSS feed, and then analyze the job requirements, use professional and an enthusiastic tone, pretty much what you would want to write in a cover letter, and ensuring that the cover letter is concise, the applicant's name, and also making sure to customize this cover letter to make sure it's super personal to the job that you're applying for, as that will increase the rate of you getting that job 100-fold instead of sending a generic cover letter. And this also fights this common equilibrium we have when we're applying for jobs is, number one, the amount of effort it takes to apply for a job, and then the amount of jobs you can apply for. So obviously, ideally, you'd like both of them to be high. You'd like them to be highly personalized when you're applying to a job, and you'd also like to apply to loads of jobs, because this will make sure you get the best chance of actually finding a job. But that's really hard because you only have a certain amount of time during a day to do this. And this is kind of the basis of all of AI automation. It's supposed to free up your time by increasing the quality of your applications and also increase the quantity of applications, so you're winning on both ends. That's the point of why we do AI automations and why businesses absolutely love AI automation. It can expand, their production tenfold because it can increase the quality and quantity. And that's why AI automations are super in demand right now. So that's great. We've got a fully personalized AI cover letter essentially to every single job we're applying to. And lastly, we just want to store all of this information in one kind of dashboard. And that's where this Google Sheets module comes in. So every single time a new job is, come through on our RSS feed and it passes all the different, rates, requirements we have, then lastly, it'll add a new row into our Google Sheets jobs hub, which will essentially show that, a new job has come through and this is the cover letter for it. This is exactly what the Google Sheet looks like. So as you can see here, we have the job title, the actual link to the job, so we can directly go and have a look at exactly what the job's about, who's put it up, the posting and the listing, and also the cover letter, and lastly, whether we have applied to that job or not. It's kind of like a super simple tracker, so you can see and apply and decide whether that job's for you or not. So that's kind of the main goal of this automation. It's supposed to make it super easy for you to apply to different kinds of jobs, essentially. If you found this super detailed step-by-step automation tutorial useful, then if you could interact with the video, it helps out a ton. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day.